Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the last day of our Power BI session. So we have understood all the fundamentals and we are done with all the components of Power BI. Right, all the 6 components. Starting from Power Query Editor, then Power Pivot, followed by Power View, Power Map, Power BI Q&A, as well as Power BI Service. Right? Yeah. So we have also started understanding how to, work with Power BI Service. So if you see here, in the last session, we have discussed how to complete the sign-in, right? So as of now, I'm currently using Power BI Desktop. All the reports, the visualizations that you are able to see, these reports are generated using Power BI Desktop. How should I log into Power BI Service? First of all, what is the purpose of Power BI Service? Power BI Service helps us to collaborate our work. When you want to publish your work, whatever the work that you have done in your system, if you want to share among your colleagues, okay, if you want to share it to your superiors, your managers, your team lead, whomever it might be, you are supposed to go with Power BI Service. The reason behind it is you cannot share your work in Power BI Desktop. No, it's not possible. So how did we completed the sign in? We have completed using temporary mail ID. Right. So what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll repeat the process again. Okay. There are few more things that we are supposed to learn as part of Power BI service. We'll do it today and then we'll complete the rest of the topics like custom visuals and direct connectivity. Okay. Fine. So launch a browser. Then it's better if you go to the incognito mode. Then what is the link? The site is app.powerbi.com. Yes. So it will initially ask your mail ID, but if you provide your personal mail ID, it will not accept this. There is no, use of going with your personal mail ID. What is the mail ID that we are supposed to specify here? We should specify the temporary mail ID. So how can we generate temporary mail ID? Click on new tab and just keep it as temp mail. Keep it as temp mail. Then click on enter. So you'll observe the first link, which will generate as a temporary mail ID. So this is going to be a temporary mail ID, and guys, this temporary mail ID will be active only for 14 days. It will be active for only 14 days. So copy it and go back to your Power BI tab. Okay. Paste the mail ID and whatever you see here, the domain will not be same across all the users. Okay. So these mail IDs are just temporary. They are just temporary. Click on submit. Post clicking on submit, it will ask you to complete the sign-in process. I'm doing it one more time because for every 14 days, if you want to go and use Power BI service, the same process has to be done. So it is going to check whether you are a bot or not. Click on next. Yes. Align the image accordingly. Done. Click on submit. One more. This is also done. This is also done. Once after complete the verification, You're supposed to enter all the details one by one. So the first question that you'll observe here is, it will ask, to complete what kind of mail ID that you have provided. Whether did you get this mail ID from your organization or your personal mail. Okay. So always go for organization. Don't select personal mail ID. It will not accept. Then click on next. As majority of the people who are practicing Power BI service, you may not have the, working professional IDs. Obviously, right? So that is the reason, go and use a temporary mail ID. And here it will ask you for some important credentials. Okay. So you're supposed to give all these credentials, your first name, last name, your country, phone number, so on. Either you can go and provide the genuine details, or it's up to you. Okay. So just let me provide my details. Done. And then finally the job title and your password. Once after confirming the password, it will ask you for a verification code. Okay. From where you are supposed to give your verification code, go back to the temp mail ID, site. If you scroll down, here you'll observe a verification code coming in. This verification code has to be submitted. Okay. So just copy it from here, paste it here. That's it. Once after completing all the details, click on next. Click on next. Yes. So it is asking you whether would you like to complete? Yes. Now I'll click on get started. So this will enroute me to Power BI service. Again, we have completed all the sign-in process. Now we are supposed to sign into your account. First of all, give your mail ID. Mail ID in the sense the mail ID that you have generated using the temporary mail ID. Okay, not your personal one, guys. Personal mail IDs will not accept it. Gmails will not accept it. Then click on next. Give your password. Then click on sign in. So every time you are going to do the same process, you're going to do the same thing. Okay. Then click on next. Let me do the same. It's taking time. Or let me do one thing. I'll go back. Why it is asking us to complete the authentication? Fine. Let me not use this ID. I'll go and use one more different ID. Okay. So let me launch incognito. Okay. I'll repeat the process again. It's app.powerbi.com. Yep. So it is asking for the temporary mail ID. Let me generate one using temp mail site. It's loading. Let's see. Yep. So this is my temporary mail ID. If you observe, if you're not satisfied when you refresh the site, every time it will generate you an temporary mail ID. Just copy it, go back and paste the mail ID. And guys, until unless I tell you, don't close this temporary mail ID tab. Okay, don't close this tab because we'll get an verification code for our inbox. Let us not close it. Then we are supposed to complete this process. Done. Let's check. So the same process, I got it from an organization. Then click on next. Once after clicking on next, you are supposed to enter all the details for your account. Your first name, then followed by last name, you know, your number, whatever the number. Either you can go and give your genuine number or any random number. Designation. That's it. Then your password and confirm your password. And finally, it will ask you a verification code. Go back to temp mail site. If you scroll down, you'll observe one verification code coming in. Copy the verification code from here and paste it in the box. That's it. Okay. Once after completing this entire journey, click on next. This will ensure that it will create a account for you. Okay. So this particular account will be, you'll get it as free for 14 days, for next 14 days. Still, if you want to go and use hands-on, for practice purpose, if you want to go and use Power BI service, repeat the same process, take one more temporary ID, do the same process, generate a new account. So it is asking us to give the mail ID for sign in. I'm done. Then password. Click on enter. Why is it asking for authentication? Just give a minute, guys. Probably it is not allowing you to go with this mail ID. That might be the reason. Let's check. No. Will help you set up another way to verify it's following the prompts to download and set up the mail. That's okay. Let us not go into Power BI service now. We'll talk about direct connectivity. Okay. So if you see here, we got the data and using these tables, we have generated some visuals, right? In the last class, we have generated these visualizations using the visualizations pane. We have done it. And post completing the sign in, I have also showed you when you click on this get more visuals option, that means the ellipse, the first option that you see is get more visuals. When you click on it, you'll observe multiple charts coming in. Okay, there are multiple different charts, around 200 to 300 charts available in Power BI. Okay, so you can do it only if you complete the sign in. But unfortunately, it is not allowing us to complete our sign in. Okay, whatever the temporary mail ID that I'm taking, I don't know why it's not accepting. It is asking for authentication, uh, which we cannot do it because all of these are temporary mail IDs, right? So what we can do now is, let us talk about direct connectivity. What is direct connectivity? So far, in all the classes, whatever the hands-on that we have done, we got the data from Excel workbook, right? We have took the data from Excel worksheets. But what if you made some changes to your data which is present in Excel worksheet? Will it get reflected here? No. Let me do it. If you see here, I have data related to 5 different queries, 5 different tables. Yes. So from where did I get this data? I got this data from an Excel sheet, which is store data normalized. Let me open it. It's loading. Yes. So this is the data on which we have built our visualizations. See, customer table, dates table, products table, sales table, and stores table. You'll observe the same tables in where? In the under the data pane, do you observe the same tables? Yes, the same tables, guys. Right. Now, what I'm trying to say is, let me take customer table. Under customer table, you see different columns, different fields. Let me go to table view. Yes. Within the table view, I have selected customer table. And these are the different fields, different columns that are present in customer table. Now, let me open the data of customer table. Yes. How many columns do you see? How many columns do you see? It's 7 columns. What if I remove a column? If I remove a column from these 7, will it also get reflected here? What do you think, guys? Will it get reflected or not? Assume I don't want to have, or let me just go and remove customer ID column. The first column is customer ID. Yes. So let me go and remove customer ID. I'll right click on it. Then I'll click on delete. Is the customer ID column got deleted? Yes, it got deleted. Now, let me go back to Power BI desktop. Is the customer ID column got deleted or not? From the customer table, do you see the customer ID column deleted? No, it's not. You can go and refresh. See, I'll go and click on refresh data. Still you'll observe the customer ID column. It's getting refreshed. The customer ID data, the customer table data is getting refreshed. Let's see whether the customer ID column gets removed or not. Done. Do you see customer ID column? Yes. I see customer ID column. Why it was not deleted from the customer table, which was actually deleted from the original data? This is my original data, and I don't see customer ID column here. It's customer name. What do you think, guys? What happened? In general, when you try to import the data, there are two ways of importing. One is direct connection, the other one is import method. So especially when you are taking the data from Excel workbook or CSV, what happens is the data gets imported to Power BI. Whatever the data that you have from your Excel workbook, the same data will be imported to Power BI. So even though if you do go and make changes in your Excel data, the changes will not be reflected in your data which is present in Power BI. This is called import method. Okay. Then how to get the updated data? The only way is importing the data again. There is one more method called as direct connectivity. What is this direct connectivity? Direct connectivity is nothing but connecting to the data in a direct way. Okay, we are going to connect to the data in a direct way. How? So let me launch MySQL. I have MySQL installed, a database, an RDBMS system, Okay. So I have MySQL Workbench installed in my PC. I'm going to launch MySQL Workbench. And now let us connect to MySQL Workbench and face this direct connectivity. Let us do it. So this is the home page of MySQL. Let me open the connection. Let me launch the instance. Done. So there are a lot of schemas, guys. Okay. So MySQL is one of the RDBMS system. It's a relational database management system. And what we are going to do now is, I have databases. There are multiple schemas. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to connect to one of this schema, to one of this database. Under these databases, we have tables. So if you want me to do so, see, let me open company database. Under this company DB, you'll see tables. So these are the different tables that I have. You see here, different tables. Now let us do one thing. Let us connect Power BI with our MySQL. Okay. How can I do it? Before that, let us quickly cross verify whether we have data within these tables or not. Okay. So I took company DB. Within company DB, there is a table called students. Yes. So let me open students table and you see columns. Yes. What are the different columns you see here? Student ID, roll number, email, phone number, so on. Yes. So do you see data within the students table? Let me go and check. Yes, there is data. But how many records? Only 2 records. There are only 2 records within the students table. Right. Let me go and use some other table. Let me go with orders one. Yes. Here I see some orders coming in. There are 4 records. Okay. If not any order details. Same 3 employees. Yep. Here I find 5 records. So let me take employees table. Okay. Let us establish the connection between Power BI and MySQL Workbench, guys. Okay. So what I'll do is, I'll go back to Power BI. I'll go back to Power BI. Then, how can I get the data from any source? Under the home ribbon, you'll see get data option. Okay. Under this get data, when you click on this get data option, you'll find multiple sources, the data sources. Click on more. Click on more. When you click on more, you'll see get data window open. The get data window gets open. Now, to which source are we going to connect? We are going to connect to a database. Earlier, in all the classes, we have took the data from Excel workbook. It's very simple for us. Now let us connect to a database. So select database on your left side of the window and you are supposed to select the database to which you are going to connect. So what is the database that we are going to connect, guys? It's MySQL database. It is MySQL database. So go and select MySQL database. Once after selecting MySQL database, right? You see connect option. Click on connect. Yes. Is it done? No, it is asking us for some details. Okay. So what are the details that it is asking us? It is asking us for, the server name and the database name to which we are going to connect. You go back to MySQL. Guys, before you make the connection, ensure that you have the database installed in your PC. If you don't have the database, it will not allow you for the connection. Okay. So what are the details? The server name and the database name. So go back to the home. Which connection I'm going to get launch? I have connected its local host. The server will be local host because it is hosted in our local machine, right? So this server will be local host. Give the name as it is local host. Then what is the database name? Here you see different databases. There are multiple databases. Yes, there are multiple databases. Out of these multiple databases, I would like to connect to company DB. So just specify the name of this DB, guys. It's company underscore DB. I have specified the server followed by the database. Then click on enter. Okay. See, we are doing it in local machine. That is the reason we have provided the server name as localhost. Okay. If you are doing it in your company, okay, anyways. What happened? The navigator window got opened? Yes. So within the navigator window, do you see multiple tables coming in? What are these multiple tables? These tables are nothing but the different tables that are available within the database company DB. How many you see? 8. Let me go and cross check. Are there 8 different tables? Yes. Yes, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the 8 tables within the company DB, you will observe in the navigator tab. See, the database followed by table name, database table name, so on. You can go and when you select, you'll see the preview of the data, the department details. See, the different departments, employee details, employees 1, employees 3, order details. Okay, so if you just want to have the preview of the data, go and select the table name. When you select it, you'll see the preview of your table, okay, of your data. Then you can go and select the required tables. Whatever the tables that you want to, have it in your Power BI desktop, go and select them. Like departments is one I would like to have. And the other one I would like to have is employees. See, the other one that I would like to have is employees. Done. So now you see both load and transform data options coming in. So what makes the difference between load and transform data, guys? What is the difference between load and transform data? When you click on load data, this deepens, the data gets loaded to Power BI desktop. When you click on transform data, the data gets loaded to Power Query Editor. Right? So let me click on load data. That's enough. It will take time because we have established the connection between Power BI desktop and database, MySQL. And if you observe, We just had only 5 records. Is it done? Yes, it is. If you observe properly, it is done. What are the top two tables that you observe? Company underscore DB dot departments, company underscore DB dot employees. Let me open employees table. How many columns you are supposed to observe? 4. Is it 4 in the original table also? Yes. Employee ID, first name, last name, and department. The 4 same columns. Okay. So I can go and have the preview of the table by going to the table view. See. This is the data that I have in employees table. ID, first name, last name, and department. Fine. What is the point of conveying? What I'm trying to convey here is, now, how did we get these two tables? These two tables, departments and employees, I got it from database, MySQL, right? Yes. If I make any changes to this table, okay, assume if a new person coming in, okay, if a new employee got hired to the same organization, okay, so we are going to store the details of the employee. Yes. Yes. So when you add a new record, when you insert a new record or to the existing employees, if the department or their names, whatever the details, if they get changed, the same thing will be reflected in your Power BI desktop. Would you like to cross check it? Yes. Let us do one thing. Let us change the department of, John. Let us change the department of John. How can we change the department of John? Can I go and edit it? No. For that, you have to know SQL. You have to be aware of SQL. What is SQL? Structured query language. Okay. Anyhow, if you are not familiar with SQL, we started a session on, we have started a program on SQL. Okay. So it got started yesterday itself. You can go through the first day of the recording, and from Monday it will be on live, guys. Okay. So SQL is one of the primary skill. Here I'll just give you the syntax, the command that I'm going to use, but I cannot sit and explain the whole SQL, right? Yes. So for time being, try to understand. What I'm trying to do here is, I'm going to change the department of John. Okay. Right. For changing the department of John, we have command. Okay, there is a command called update. Update table. What is this table? This is, okay, first of all, I have to select the company DB, right? It's update, then table. What is the table name? It's employees. Okay. Set where it's update table name. Let me cross check once. So in SQL, we have commands, okay, in which there are 5 different languages. What are the 5 different languages we have in SQL? DDL, DML, DQL, DCL, TCL, and DQL. Okay. So I'm going to use DQL command, DML command, data management command. I'm manipulating. Okay. So it's nothing but it's update table name, which is nothing but employees. Okay. Set. What you are going to change? I'm going to change department. Right. So department. What should be the department? It should be sales. I want it as sales. Okay. Department as sales. Where the first name is John. Where first name is equals to John. So which means I'll explain you guys. Right. Let me explain it. Wherever the first name is John within this table, that means in the first record, where the first name is John, the department of the first row, the first record, will be updated to sales. What do we have now? We have engineering. We have engineering, and this will be updated to sales. Right. So let me do it. Done. Let me fetch the data once again. You see, the department got updated. For John, the department got updated. Now you have to go back and cross check whether you see the same changes in Power BI as well. Within Power BI, do you see the changes or not? Okay, so I'll go back to Power BI desktop. Don't assume that the changes were not done. Okay, just go and click on refresh. How to refresh the data? You see, when you click on the more options, you'll get multiple options coming in. Click on refresh data. See, click on close. Let me go back to report view. Click on refresh here. See, it is refreshing the data for each and every table. Done. Go back. Clear? So this is the concept of direct connectivity, guys. Okay. So when you do changes in the table, okay, that will be affected here as well. That will be affected here. So this is of Power BI. We have understood the concepts, all the components. Okay. So what you are supposed to do is hands-on. When you practice for long time, when you do practice n number of times, you can gain the concept. Just listening the lecture will not give you the hands-on part. Right? Yes. Any questions? Come on, guys. Any questions in the concepts that we have discussed across these session, across this program? If you have any questions, feel free, ask your questions. We have successfully completed Power BI and it's your turn to practice. Take the data sets that are available in open source, okay, and start building the visualizations. Use Power Query Editor. Understand how to clean the data, okay. Generate data models. Use Power Pivot. Then use Power Map and Power View for generating the visualizations. Use Power BI Q&A, the AI-driven capability of Power BI, right? You can learn Power BI only via practice. Yes, any questions? Right, if no questions, I'll end the session here. Thank you so much for joining and getting involved across the session, across the program. Okay. Do hands-on and learn Power BI to great extent. And be part of our upcoming sessions, upcoming programs. Like we have already started SQL, right? Be part of it, guys. Utilize the sessions. Let's catch up in the next program. Until then, have a great day. Signing off. Bye.